All right, Manib. So I wanted to go over the different ways that I was going to have you handle the incoming emails. So it's going to be pretty simple. There's really only three things that I want you to look for. And at any time, if you're unsure on how to respond to an email, just leave it and I'll deal with it, okay? But if it's pretty clear how to handle it out of these three type of responses, definitely deal with it as I'm going to show you here. So the first thing I wanted to show you is what we already went over. So when you make offers, you're going to get these emails that you signed it. We don't need to have these in here, so we've already talked about this. This is in a previous video that I shot. Just click those and drop those into offers made. Now let's go through a couple of these responses we've got from agents. So there's really going to be two basic responses that I want you to deal with. And the responses are from the realtors, um, you know, we're going with a different offer, no, too low, crappy offer, whatever. They're basically saying no to our offer, right? Whether that's they're going with a different offer or our offer doesn't work for them. So if that's the case, like this one right here, thank you for the offer on King Street. It was a great offer. Seller chose to go with an offer that's higher priced. Thanks for showing and I'll let you know if anything changes. So that response is a no, right? So they're not going to go with our offer. So thanks for letting me know. Just copy this. Oops, copy and paste this. So we're just going to respond with this copy and paste. The reason we respond is that we want them to know that we are a real person out there. The more communication that we have with these agents come back. So this may be under contract with somebody else, but it could fall through, and then all of a sudden the seller's willing to take our offer that's $50,000 off list, right? It happens all the time, and I find that if we uh, reach out to them, that we just don't dump these emails and just ignore it, that we actually respond back with something that lets her know that we're out here. um, that keeps her in mind, whereas most the other offers, when they get this, they just delete it. They don't respond, and so that when this does fall apart, sometimes they do, like 30% of the time these fall apart, we're right on the top of the stack of her to call us and contact us because we actually just sent a simple response. So once you respond, you're going to click on this agent and you're going to dump that into responded offers. We want to clear it. We don't want it in here anymore. We're done with it. The other type of response is just like what this agent does. So technically speaking, an agent has to acknowledge our offer, no matter how crappy our offer is. They are bound to actually state that they received it and give us an answer. It's kind of real estate law, really. Not all of them follow it. It doesn't always happen, but they're supposed to. So in this situation, he says, I received it. So that would be falling into the next type of response, says that he received it. So all you do is copy and paste this response. Thanks for letting me know. If Thanks, let me know if we can put this together. Again, we're letting him know that we're out here. A lot of other investors or agents, get those and they just ignore them. And um, so he's, all of a sudden we're coming more to the top of his stack of people that are actually responding, because agents are not just looking for offers, they're looking for offers that are closed, and they kind of gauge that by how responsive the person putting the offer in is. If somebody puts out an offer and they contact them one or two times, they suddenly have no confidence that person's really going to close on that offer. That's why it's important for us to, as soon as you put out the offers, jump into here and immediately respond to whoever has responded, okay? So once you're done here, again, we're just going to click this and we're just going to dump him into responded offers. Let's move on to the next one. Received. I don't think this works, as he wouldn't even break even. So what is she telling us? She's saying no, right? This isn't going to work. So that would go back up here to the no's. Thanks for letting me know. Reach out if anything changes. This is going to probably, those two responses you can use probably on 75% of these emails that come back. So send that. When you're done with her, you're just going to click her and you're going to drop her into responded offers. We don't need to look at her anymore. Lastly, you'll see this email chain that's going on, right? Don't mess with it. There, you can see that I'm working on it, and you can see that I'm doing something with it. Just leave it alone. I'm working on this. This is something I got to take care of. Once I take care of it, I will dump that into whatever appropriate folder there is. At any time there's a response that comes back that asks some sort of question or whatever that's not of those two type of responses, just leave it. I'll take care of it. So you doing those 3 email cleanups really helps me keep this inbox nice and clean, so that keeps me focused on what needs to happen. So when I log in and I see there's 5 emails, I know that there's 5 things that I need to attend to, that you've already cleaned up the other stuff, the other junk that we just talked about. So this really helps me narrow my focus and stay into the deals that we're working on. So anyways, let me know that you received this. So the process is that once you blast out your offers and you email them out, then jump into this email system and do this basic cleanup. I'll probably shoot a couple videos on this as we're moving along, just so you're really super clear on the responses. But our responses are pretty basic. These are the 2 responses. I might add a 3rd one or a 4th one down the road, but for now, this really helps me keep this thing cleaned up.